Get a Better Broadcast podcast and voice over voice. We've been looking at, over the last week or so, haven't we, the different reasons that what's going on in your head may affect what comes out of your mouth. It's not just nerves, necessarily, that we need to be considering. It could be something else. It could be claustrophobia. It could be PTSD. It could be your reaction to other people's comments. It could be all sorts of things, like, for example, excitement. Yeah, nervousness might actually be excitement in disguise. I mean, physiologically, they certainly have some of the same symptoms. Knees shaking, heart racing, hands sweating, gut misbehaving. Nervousness, in fact, a lot of those are actually down to pretty much the same if you're in love as well, aren't they? Yeah? Anyway, nervousness is often seen as a negative experience to do with fear and potential survival, shying away from risks and limiting success. Excitement is a positive experience in which we can take advantage of potential possibilities and opportunities by showing competence, enthusiasm and personality. The difference is all in how you interpret the feelings. Swap nervousness, in which you focus on what could go wrong, for excitement, and you'll see what could go right and be advantageous. Again, some or all of these situations are potentially serious and may need to be addressed appropriately. Thinking back to some of the stories and scenarios I've brought you over the last week or 10 days about imposter syndrome or perfectionism, about working too hard, possibly about confrontation in the studio or embarrassment or disillusionment and claustrophobia, and also depression, which we looked at the start of this mini-series within a series. If some of these are affecting you, or maybe potentially you see them in somebody else, they could be serious. They may need to be addressed appropriately by a health professional. But like a misinterpretation of excited for nervous, as we've looked at today, it's often best to take a moment and think of what is really going on and the name for it as a first step. Think about how you're feeling and what could be making you feel that way before you go to a health professional and discuss possible solutions with them. Now, because they're broadly similar with common roots, for the purposes of this podcast series, let's look at all of these kind of scenarios and situations in the round under the heading of Mic Fright. This is in no way dismissive of the seriousness of some of these thoughts and feelings, for which, as I say, a qualified medical professional should be consulted, but it's not my area of expertise to drill any further into some of those scenarios that we've looked at over the course of the last 10 days, apart from to say, how can we deal with the general situation of nervousness in a studio, about stage fright, or, more appropriately for us, mic fright. We'll continue our journey tomorrow on Get a Better Broadcast podcast and voice over voice. From London, I'm Peter Stewart.